Hi everybody! On 14th of July 2021, Zomato will officially go public. With 9,000 crores about to be raised, this is by far one of the biggest and perhaps the most awaited IPO of 2021. But as far as the numbers of the company are concerned, Zomato seems to be in deep trouble. From 2018 to 2020, while the revenue of the company went from just $65 million to $368 million, during the same time, the losses exploded by 20 times from just $15 million to more than $300 million. And every time Zomato has tried to become profitable, it has led to nothing but outrage. They first tried to launch Zomato Gold to lock in the customers from going to Swiggy, but that led to massive losses to the restaurant, which forced them to shut the service down. Then they tried increasing the prices of their dishes, but that ended up making the customers unhappy. So from the outset, it almost looks like the company is stuck in a vicious cycle of cash drain, which is leading to nothing but more and more losses. And this is what every single expert and fundamental analyst more or less has to say. But you know what, guys? There is one very important factor that very few people are taking into consideration. And this factor could turn Zomato into a gold mine. And if you only understand this factor, you can go on to make the most strategic investments into the food tech space in the next 5 years. The question is, what exactly is this X factor and how can Zomato or Swiggy turn into a gold mine investment? The answer to this question lies in a peculiar case study of a Silicon Valley startup called June. This is a story that dates back to 2013 when June became one of the pioneers to develop something called the smart oven. This oven was so amazing that back in 2013 itself, it had a screen for viewing recipes, could be controlled over Wi-Fi, and it was also Alexa compatible, which allowed it voice command control back in 2013 itself. The company was doing so well that it was able to raise a series of funding from heavyweight investors. And in 2018, June also secured an investment from Amazon Alexa Fund, and the company started growing rapidly from 2015 to 2019. And just when everything looked perfect, something crazy happened. Just 1 year later, Amazon launched their own smart oven, which had exactly the same features as that of June, including Wi-Fi connectivity and Alexa integration. But the highlight over here was that Amazon's smart oven was priced at half the price of June's ovens. While June was selling its oven for about $499 to $699, Amazon's oven would have costed you only $250 back then. And that is how this rising startup became a competitor of its own prime investor. And Amazon started eating into the profits of its own best seller. Now the story of June is not the only incident. Every year Amazon unveils hundreds of products and they have developed an intricate playbook to put every competitor out of business. And if you look at the procedure as to how exactly this is done, it's pretty straightforward. Step number 1, they find a best-selling product, use the data from the seller's profile and make a list of all the specifications that makes that product a best-selling product. Step number 2, they read through the reviews and find out exactly what do the customers love so much about that product, and then they buy a manufacturing unit to get them to make the exact same product, and then they aggressively price it at 30 to 40% lesser than the best-selling product. And this is how, without trial and error, Amazon takes a cakewalk to make millions of dollars by selling products from all categories, by successfully eliminating the best seller himself. And all of this is being done because Amazon has 3 incredible superpowers. Number 1, it has the consumer data, so Amazon knows exactly how much the customer can afford and what kind of products the customer wants to buy. Number 2, it has the data of every seller, so they know what features make a product a best-selling product. And last and most importantly, Amazon has a superpower of digital real estate, by which it can give special preference and rank its own products at number 1 position and make million-dollar sales. This is what makes consumer and seller data practically a gold mine for Amazon. And guess what? This is exactly the case with Zomato. In this case, Zomato has all the data about the thousands of restaurants and millions of consumers who have used Zomato to order food. Zomato knows exactly which dishes are in high demand in which area. And on top of that, Zomato also knows as to what is the optimum price for a particular dish. In fact, they even know what is the best time to sell a particular dish. For example, Zomato knows that in Hinjawadi, Pune, biryani priced at 150 rupees will go on to become a bestseller. And the best season for biryani is from November to December. So this way, Zomato and Swiggy are practically sitting on a data goldmine, and they can use it very easily to launch their own food chain, eventually undercutting the existing food chains to make millions of dollars in profits. And this can turn Zomato and Swiggy both into super profitable businesses in no time. Fun fact, both Zomato and Swiggy have already ventured into it using something called the concept of cloud kitchen. And there are two Zomato services that very few people are talking about, and those are Zomato Kitchen and Zomato Hyperpure. To understand the depth of this, you first need to understand what exactly is a cloud kitchen. In simple words, cloud kitchen is nothing but a super efficient restaurant which only gives out takeaway orders and has got no dining space. It's basically just the kitchen of the restaurant that takes online orders and gives it out to delivery. A simple example of the same is Behro's Biryani. It's got no outlets but has got a fantastic digital presence. And this concept of cloud kitchen, ladies and gentlemen, is a revolution in the making. Why? Because it has got some game-changing cost benefits over a conventional restaurant. Now, just to put that on paper, with standard assumptions and standard costing, here's what the comparison with a conventional restaurant looks like. If you take a conventional 50-seater restaurant, it would require 6 lakhs of rental costs, considering that you would need 2000 square feet of area, 20 lakhs in rental deposit, 8 to 10 lakhs for licenses, 8 to 15 lakhs for equipment. Working capital, which would include inventory, salary and light bill, will require about 20 lakhs. And most importantly, the monthly revenue needed to break even in 2 years is about 20 lakhs. On the contrary, if you look at a cloud kitchen, the space needed would reduce significantly and would cost you just about 50,000 to 1 lakh in rent. Apart from that, you just have to pay 1 lakh in rental deposit, licenses would cost the same, equipment would cost the same, but the working capital needed to operate a cloud kitchen will go down by 50% as compared to a restaurant to just 10 lakhs. And most importantly, the